a person I haven't really checked up on in a while. And so I don't know if you guys are like me, but you wonder when somebody makes such a profound impact on your life in some way, whether that's massive amounts of hilarity or maybe destroying your favorite beer brand forever because it makes you gay if you drink it. Um, you might wonder, where are they now? And so for this edition of Speechless Reactions, we're going to do Dylan Mulvaney. Where are they now? Well, where is Dylan Mulvaney now? There's a lot of things that Dylan Mulvaney is trying out. Dylan Mulvaney is trying to figure out his next career move. Now, Dylan Mulvaney, to his first big career move that got him into the stardom, obviously we know, is pretending to be a woman. He was a second-rate actor doing like off-Broadway productions as an understudy. And then COVID hit and he was out of work and even as a starving artist. So the gay man, Dylan, decided, hey, what if I acted all the time and pretended to be a woman and got TikTok famous that way? That's exactly what he did. Well, Dylan Mulvaney took to a stage recently. I believe this was back in January. Dylan Mulvaney attempted stand-up. And so for the first reaction for Dylan Mulvaney, we're going to react to his attempt at stand-up comedy and see just what we think, see how long it takes for me to laugh. And here's the thing, is maybe it actually will be funny because Dylan is a man. And as we know, men can be funny. Here we go.
Time. Okay, good. I'm about to do my first stand-up comedy set in 2 years, and I'm a little nervous. I don't think that most of you know that I did stand-up before TikTok, but I was driving around LA trying to get 5 minutes places. And then when I popped off on TikTok, I was like, oh, I can tell the same joke to 1 million people instead of 20 people. But I just really miss the human connection, and there's nothing that makes me happier than making people laugh. And I used to tell a lot of my jokes on here, but now since so much of my content gets used against me by extremist media.
I'm the extremist media, apparently. Me. Oh, I am extremist, apparently.
I'm just a lot more cautious when it comes to comedy on here. So I think it will feel really good to get up there and know that I can be 100% myself and like do what I want to do. But the good news is that the past 2 years have given me a lot of material. And we're in Salt Lake City, so I'm going to do some stuff around my Book of Mormon show that I was in. I've got some beard jokes, a little bit of everything. And I think everyone should try stand-up at least once in their life because there is nothing scarier. And afterwards, you feel like you can literally do anything.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. I haven't watched this yet. This is a blind live reaction. And this is a long intro for what's going to be like 40 seconds of stand-up, if that. I'm going to actually, I'm not going to crap on this if it's actually funny. If this is actually funny, I will admit it. If it's not, well, I'll admit that too. But I want to be clear. I think that people can be funny, even people that I don't like or that I don't agree with politically or that I even think are lying to themselves can be funny. There's been a time, a few, where I'll admit this. I will admit this. You can shame me in the comments section. There was a time when I watched Trainwreck, it's a movie, that I thought Amy Schumer was mildly funny. Now, her stand-up, never liked it. But that's me telling you that I can admit, even when it's shameful, that I can admit when I think something's funny, even when I don't like the person. So let's watch.
Okay, wish me luck. I'm about to go on, but I do look hot though, right?
No, you don't.
This is good.
Okay.
This is good. Okay.
Wait, that's my first thing. I'll admit, if you looked hot, I'd tell you. But Dylan, you don't. Keep watching.
I would feel like I was a part of something bigger than myself. That was a double entendre. Look at me doing stand up. The conservative men are just pissed that I can beat them in beer pong.
No, you can't.
And the conservative women are pissed that their kids are calling me mother in all of my Instagram accounts.
It went so well.
Oh God, that was amazing. And I get to do it again at 10:30. I'm so happy. I want to do that 1,000 more times in my life. Okay. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope I get to make you laugh one day. Okay. I love you.
I wish you would make me laugh, but here's the thing is, so this was on Dylan Mulvaney's TikTok. This is not somebody who like took other clips and made it. No, this was on Dylan Mulvaney's TikTok, meaning that that is what Dylan believes was the best part of his set. The like weird spank thing, the just crapping on conservative men, making a false claim that he thinks he could beat me at beer pong. Not true. And then that your kids are calling me mother in the comments. Look, here's the thing is Dylan was like, and before this was like, oh man, like maybe I could, I could make people laugh. I like making people laugh. I want to tell people different jokes, but I can't tell jokes. Dylan says I can't tell jokes because otherwise people are going to take it out of context or something like that. No, I'm understanding the context here, at least of what you think was the best part of your set. The context is that you are living your life perpetually as an actor. Forever. And what that does is it breeds this idea that you're inauthentic. There's nothing I see about Dylan Mulvaney that's authentic. It seems like it is all purely an act. Now, by no means am I going to claim that even the best stand-up comedians are getting up and being 100% themselves all the time. What I mean by that is like even here on here is I have many people that are actually in my life outside and they're like, oh my gosh, like you're not always like you are on your show. No shit. I'm a real person. I do have feelings. Despite what the left accuses me of, I do have feelings. I can get sad sometimes. I'm very happy sometimes. I'm not always angry. Well, I'm always a little angry, but I'm not always as angry as I am on this show. Point being, a person, a comedian, yes, they might be putting on to a degree an act, but their entire life is not an act. When they tell stories about their life, it's not out of an act. It's authentic. It's real things that happen, at least good for good comedians, for good performers, for good commentators. It comes from a place of authenticity. Ever since the day that Dylan Mulvaney decided to pretend to be a woman, he swore into a life of inauthenticity. And so that's why Dylan Mulvaney will never be a funny comedian. Or if anybody actually does laugh at it and thinks it's funny, it's people that are lying to themselves as much as Dylan is lying to himself. But don't worry, Dylan didn't necessarily put too much of his time into being a stand-up comedian. In fact, Dylan is also now officially trying to become a pop star. And this is probably where I get much more disgusted because it's not just bad comedy. Now it's bad music. And that means you've insulted me in two ways, comedically and in music. And then even in a tertiary of the fact that Dylan is also insulting the entirety of the female gender. Take a look and a listen at, quote, Days of Girlhood, Dylan Mulvaney's official music video. Don't worry. It's as bad as you think it is. Here we go.
Ring the alarms immediately. We have a code pink emergency. Calling women of all ages, girls like me. Gotta learn the basics. Last look, quick, change, sip.
So one thing you can hear in this already, and you can watch it too and be as disgusted as I am. You can watch the very beginning. So we're at 37 seconds. So you watch the very beginning. You can see that it makes it look like Dylan is getting home from like a one-night stand. I'm going to mute it while I commentate on this. That makes it look like Dylan is getting home from like a one-night stand of some kind, like a stereotype of a real woman doing so. And then with that, Dylan goes inside. Days of girlhood. Oh my God, Dylan Mulvaney. And then you listen to the voice. When you listen to the voice, you'll hear these kind of like little breaks in it where it changes from a note, not necessarily in a smooth fashion. That's because this is heavily auto-tuned. And for anybody who does not know music, when you listen to auto-tuned music, which you definitely have, Kanye does it a lot. There's other musicians. There's a song by Fun that came out back when I was like 12 that uses a major amount of auto-tune in it. If you use auto-tune for the entirety of your song, it means you're probably not a very good singer. And here's further the example of that. Keep listening and just listen for the auto-tune. Like I said, when you hear the breaks in the pitch, that's auto-tune.
Ring the alarms immediately. We have a code pink emergency. Calling women of all ages, girls like me. Gotta learn the basics. Last look quick, change, sip champagne. Playing catch up cause we missed the pregame. Pull up the group chat where you at, drop a pin. We're doing hot girl shit. Get in. Monday can't get out of bed. Tuesday morning pick up meds. Wednesday retail therapy. Cash or credit, I say yes. Thursday had a walk of shame. Didn't even know his name. Weekends are for kissing.
None of this stuff is either anything you'd want to brag about. I would, if this was, here's the reason why this is terrible. To start, if this was even a real woman singing this song, it would be kind of like, wow, this is something like you want to brag about. You want to brag that you had a one night or a walk of shame on a Thursday. Also, that's like a weeknight or weekday. So you're doing that. You're kissing random strangers that you don't even know their name. If this was a real woman, that would be a bit concerning of something to promote. However, the problem with this is that Dylan Mulvaney is not a real woman, which means that, and he claims that this is days of girlhood. He sees women. This is why the trans thing, especially at Dylan's level, is so insulting, is because this is the way that he sees women. This is the way that he sees a woman should be. Or at least is. This is how he sees women. He sees women as a caricature, stereotyped, hyperbole from that of like crappy 2010s rom-coms. And like when the woman is at her worst, this is the way that she acts. And that's how Dylan sees them. And he sings about it in this entire song.
Friends, Friday night all overspent. Saturday we flirt for drinks, playing wingmen to our twinks. Sunday the Twilight soundtrack. Use my breakdown in the back. These are the days. These are the days. These are the days of girlhood. These are the days. These are the days. These are the days of girlhood. Every day, every night, rise and shine. They're all mine. Thick and thin, I'll be alright. Got my dolls by my side. These are the days. These are the days. These are the days of girlhood. Hype girls to the front of the line. Linked arms, no stress, cause we're dressed up to the nines. Mini skirts, it's below my hips. Dye my hair blonde, pillow talk on my lips. Boys on the dance floor, it's time to clear. The patriarchy's over, you can hold our beer. Back at home, we replay the breakup. Stay up all night, fall asleep in our makeup. Mom brought me into the world. Sister taught me how to girl. Best friend coached me how to text the boy toy that I'm dating next. Girls who help show me the way. They're why I'm in it, girl, today.
You know what this sounds like to me is if you basically had, if you had like a record producer who came out and said, okay, I need to find a man and I need him to write a song that incorporates all the cringiest aspects of like tween girl pop music, all the cringiest, biggest stereotypes of like the worst cringy tween girl pop. I want them to write me that song. where like none of it actually applies to the female experience or what it's like to be a woman or what actually a woman is. No. I want it to be like the most shallow surface level understanding, and a man has to write it because it needs, but it can't just be any man. It's got to be like a man that's never actually talked to, embraced, or listened and truly heard a woman talk about what it's like to be them. That's who's going to write this song. And essentially, that's who did write this song.
These are the days, these are the days, these are the days of girlhood. These are the days, these are the days, these are the days of girlhood. Every night, rise and shine, they're all mine. Thick or thin, I'll be alright. Got my dolls by my side. These are the days, these are the days, these are the days of girlhood.
Oh, don't worry, everybody. If you didn't think the song was serious yet, now apparently it sounds like, at least the shift in tone, now the man who pretends to be a woman is going to get serious with us about his days of girlhood.
Love ya.
Days of girlhood. And then there's a crap ton of credits. Just like credits take up like half of this thing. If you want to go watch it, I might put the link in the comments or something later if you really want to. No, but the thing about this is that especially during Women's History Month, whatever, I always crap on history months and everything. But I'll use it to my advantage when it's convenient, just like pretending to be a woman like I do. I think that more women should be upset about this. I don't think enough are. And I know that not enough are because 30% of them in my generation claim to be somewhere in the LGBT community. You should, even if you are a lesbian, you should be outraged by this. Even if you're a bisexual, you should be outraged by this. Why? Because this kind of behavior, like I'll put it as some B-roll back here. This kind of behavior from Dylan, that this is apparently what a woman is, that you look like this, that this is the way you act, that you can just put on a wig and a dress and some makeup and all of a sudden you're a woman. And that's what, and you could say it, and that you can pretend to live the female experience and live in the world as a woman. Do you not see that as diminishing and really just like devaluing your experiences as a woman? Do you not? If a woman tried to act butch and was like, man, I know what it's like to be a man, which some of them do, but I'm calling out them too. But especially a man who pretends to be a woman, do you think, is that not insulting to you? Especially the feminists out there. Where are the feminists? The feminists who stand up and say that men are trash and that you'll never understand what it's like to be a woman, and because I won't. Like, I genuinely will never understand what it's like to be a woman just as much as you'll never understand what it's like to be a man. We all have our struggles. We all have the issues that we deal with. In genders, even, you can put them to an extent in a bubble of like, yes, I will never know, and just like Dylan will never know what it's like to have a period. We won't. But is it not insulting to you? Is it not insulting to you that this, what's playing right over there, that this passes for being a woman? This ditzy idiot who brags about being a hoe and crying in the bathtub. Oh my God, that's what being a woman is all about, or stuff like this, like having a one-night stand. Is that not insulting to you? That would be so wildly insulting to me. Not to mention the fact that the song is just trash too, lyrically, beat-wise. It's derivative and attempts to be catchy in a way that it's not, that doesn't even ever catch any level. This is painful. This is painful, but it's so, while I could sit here and laugh and make fun, which I oftentimes do and very much want to, it's so sad like that nobody sees this nearly for the level of insult that it is. This is a slap in the face, especially with being called Days of Girlhood. This is a slap into the face of real women everywhere. A man pretends to be a woman, and society applauds. What a sad reflection of society. To entertain what very well could be delusion or a grift. You decide. However, in the way that I see it, Dylan Mulvaney, I don't even think can claim mental illness or delusion. He very well may be, and if he is, I pray for him. But what I believe is that Dylan is a grifter. Dylan is grifting off of the ploy, the idea, and the thing of the day, the special, the societal special that is pretending to be a woman for clout, for money, for fame, and he's exploiting it. And the way that I can tell that is because of the caricature that he sets of being a woman and the vanity that he gains off of it. By no means does Dylan even seek to try to understand what being a woman is actually like. Which, would that make it better? Not really, but like, he probably wouldn't come out with this video, so I don't know. Dylan's looking for things to do, and it's just absolutely disgusting. What do you guys think, though? Let me know in the comments. I am appalled. We need more women like that one from the Planet Fitness going out and calling out this kind of degeneracy and saying that if you have a penis, you are a man. It's disgusting. Let me know in the comments, no matter where you guys are watching from. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, follow the channel, comment what you think, share it with your friends, everything like that. Make sure if you're watching on X to repost and follow on X. I'd really appreciate it. I'm always curious to see what people on X have to say. I've been trying to go with what's trending a little bit more. If you want to support the show in any way, please consider sending a Venmo or Cash App. That would be very much appreciated. That's what I have for today, guys. Let me know. You can always email me, speechlesskp@gmail. If you have anything you want me to react to, talk about, or otherwise, I'd appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching and continuing to patronize the show and myself. God bless you. God bless America. And until next time, thank you for watching Speechless.